going to take us all on a little 15-year walk down memory lane. This is how I remember it. We started in 2001. This was me in 2001. Calm, cool, relaxed, corporate, workaholic, living the dream. Then one day, I realized something was missing, and I had an aha moment. I realized my life was passing me by. I had no family of my own, so I wanted to find my purpose. After thinking long and hard and meditating with Demo, my husband, I began to read to children in shelters. I discovered these children had no pajamas to sleep in. Immediately, memories of my mom and our bedtime with her and her love came rushing back to me. So I started bringing the children pajamas along with the books. I loved it. I found my purpose, and I wanted to apply to become an official 501c3 nonprofit. First, I was told you need 3 board members. Okay, so there was me, there was my friend Alice, and of course, Demo. So in our first year, plastic bag in tow, with the help of a few friends, and of course, always Demo, we managed to give out about 150 pajamas and 150 books. In 2002, we were approved for our 501c3 tax-exempt status. Now, to understand exactly what life was like now, this is Demo before Pajama program was official. And this is Demo once I told him Pajama program was now for real. In 2003, Parenting Magazine wrote a little article. Oh my goodness. The world saw the article. Thank goodness they wanted to send pajamas, and they did. The rest is following on Parenting Magazine's little article. I was on a local radio station with a DJ here called Goomba Johnny. And I got a call from a young lady named Anna, who is here today, who wanted to help. And she brought her whole Newmark family, too. A few months later, I was on a talk radio show and received a call from a very friendly woman in New Jersey named Jerry. And Jerry said, "Can I start a New Jersey chapter for you?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "What do I do?" And I said, "I have no idea." And I did, and I didn't. So we had 2 chapters. By the way, our New Jersey chapter, now led by Denise, who took over for Jerry after 10 years. Yes, I have a whole table over there. Since 2004, they've given, just in New Jersey, 205,000 pairs of pajamas and 111,000 books to children in need. New Jersey. That same year, we opened our first reading center in Yonkers, New York. In 2005, we were kindly invited to move into our friend David Rush's company's office space at Environetics. We had our first home. Also in 2005, in April, O Magazine, an article came out. Thank you, Jennifer, one of our original board members. That article came out, and we had an instant 20 chapter presidents. Now, it was getting very busy in August that year. I put an ad out for a volunteer, and a lovely woman named Terry answered the ad and jumped right in. Exactly 1 week after Terry signed on, Hurricane Katrina hit in New Orleans. And along with Randy and R.D. Weiss companies, family and friends, we brought more than 11,000 pairs of pajamas and books to the children of Katrina. Now, Terry was with us 1 week. She didn't know what hit her. In 2006, we moved into our first reading center in New York City when a lovely woman, a friend of Dimo's, Claudia Carvalho from Brazil, said in her Brazilian accent, which I cannot do, "Genevieve, wouldn't it be nice to have a reading center here in New York City? I'll help you." And she did. So in 2006, we had 500 children coming through our 2 reading centers, Yonkers and New York City. And we wanted to share. We sent our first international box to Ecuador. In 2007, something very big happened. I got a call from a woman who said, "Hi, I'm a producer with the Oprah Winfrey Show. Do you have a minute?" In April, our story was told in Oprah. So our goal of Pajamas for Everyone was getting closer. That year, we opened our New Jersey Reading Center. And in December of 2007, Oprah repeated our show. And it was the first of 3 annual grants from Oprah's Angel Network. In 2008, we partnered with Scholastic and brought our first group of children to the Scholastic store to meet Clifford. Pajama Program segment on the Oprah Winfrey Show re-aired that August. That year, a mysterious man with a bus called and wanted to help. He said he knew a 16-year-old girl who told him, "Dave, let's stuff the bus." And we did. And we collected nearly 2,000 pajamas and books for children in shelters on that very first bus. Now, 2009 was a scary year. I don't know if anybody remembers recession. It hit us, and it hit us hard. I don't know how, but Pajama Program survived the recession through something very foreign and frightening to me, something called bowling. Who knew people in New York City bowled? In 2010, we partnered with Carter's, and we hit our first 1 million pajamas and books. In 2011, we celebrated our 10th anniversary, and we put together a campaign to share again for the children of Japan affected by the tsunami. In 2012, we reached 50 chapter presidents, and we topped 2 million pajamas and books. In 2013, we had more than 1,500 children every year coming through our reading centers, and we could no longer fit in our old reading center. So we found a new, bigger, and better reading center across the street, thanks to Susan, Nick, and of course, Marty. That's the Carter's room. This is also the year we launched our 1 Million Good Nights campaign with all of you, led by Carter's, Scholastic, Bob's, and Target, and everyone who held events to help us reach 1 million good nights. What do we got? Goosebumps. In 2014, we exceeded our 3 million mark of pajamas and books. Now that year, it got really crazy. Terry and I considered running away on a cruise around the world. But instead, Terry left alone after 10 years with me to embark on her next journey, bringing her family together in Madison, Wisconsin. And our wonderful staff filled the void as best they could. Last year, in 2015, our amazing Carla Hall played Who Wants to Be a Millionaire for a Pajama Program. Oprah did her magic for us once again, and we were featured on Where Are They Now series. Our annual Stuff a Bus hit a high of 6,000 pajamas and 4,000 books stuffed into it. We brought 6,000 children through our 3 reading centers and all our local reading parties. And 1 week before December 31st, we hit our 1 million good nights goal. That brought us to 4 million. So here we are today, one day after ringing the NASDAQ bell. Yes. With all of you, we are celebrating our 15 years. We have 60 chapter presidents, and we cover every single state. We're opening more reading centers in the next 2 years. We're serving more than 3,500 receiving organizations, shelters, group homes, groups, with plans to add hundreds more every year. We're nearing our goal to have 7,000 children every year coming to our reading center and our local reading parties. And through many compassionate U.S. ambassadors, we have shared some of our pajamas and books with the children in very desperate situations in Australia, Bolivia, Bosnia, Brazil, Bulgaria, Canada, China, Colombia, Costa Rica, Ecuador, Indonesia, Greece, Honduras, Iraq, Israel, Italy, Jamaica, Japan, Liberia, London, Mexico, New Zealand, Nova Scotia, the Philippines, Siberia, Trinidad, Uganda, and the Ukraine. So, we are on our way to our next goal, 5 million pajamas and books.